Michael Fagan of St. John's.
I really want you folks at home to watch the release of Michael Fagan. He gets a tremendous amount of revolutions. For not being a very big guy, it's incredible what he can do to a bowling ball.
Here he goes, financial analyst. His career goal is major finance, 3.75 grade point average.
Wow! Woo! Did you see the pin action there, Gary? That's because of the tremendous revolutions and the hand that this guy has. Let's take a look at this. Notice a perfect balance. He's got great balance, playing a deep inside line. Watch that ball just shred the rack.
And Fagan, of course, does voices such as Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. So what would he say about this, Randy?
He would say he was really evil when his hand went right up the back of that bowling ball, and he loves it.
Oh, he's got the mojo working, doesn't he?
He definitely has the mojo.
All right, here we go. Over to the Jayhawks, the University of Kansas, and Mike Keeler, once again from St. Charles, Missouri. And he wants to keep those Jayhawks in command, but leaves himself a pretty ugly split here, the 1, 6, and 10.
Yeah, very interesting. Again, you know, the ball comes in from too far of a right angle. It's coming in breaking too sharply and doesn't catch the head pin. You're going to leave yourself a big mess.
And he may be leaving the door open for St. John's because they now are working on a strike. And if Keeler can pick this up, well, he will maintain that lead for the Jayhawks. If not, it's going to get a whole lot tighter, and almost dead, but leaves the head pin.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough spare. You know, he went about it the right way. The ball didn't hit the head pin.
So now here's our score, an overview. The Jayhawks of Kansas lead in the Baker system game, and by 6 pins in Rockin Bowl frames. And the Jayhawks on top. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next Rockin Bowl frame. It's time now for disco bowling. And for that, let's go down to our own bowling babe, Taylor Baldwin.
Let's go back to Big Harry Bellbones because we're going disco bowling. You know, it's just like traditional bowling, except we've turned the place into a disco inferno, complete with music, lights, and a mirror ball. Now, each team gets 1 ball and every pin knockdowns counts. So, let's go disco.
And we are set to go, and so is Miguel Minguez of the Red Storm of St. John's. Looking fresh out on the lanes. Here's his shot.
What makes this tough, Gary, is you got all those things flashing out there. You don't know what to focus on. Lots of stuff moving around.
And he leaves the 1-2. Now, that big disco ball above has to make it very tough to concentrate.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's snowing out on the lanes.
All right, so a total of 8 in the disco bowling frame for Miguel Minguez of the Red Storm. And here is Christina Bain for the Jayhawks. She looks like a disco bowler to me. Here's her shot. Does not reach the pocket and leaves there 5 pins standing.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Very nice lead.
All right, so in fact, it's going to be St. John's winning the disco bowling frame. 8 for the Red Storm in disco bowling, and just 5 for the Jayhawks of the University of Kansas. And now back to traditional bowling, our 6th frame of the Baker system game. And on the approach for the Red Storm, here is Darcy Galagli, who's looking to become a CPA. With all the money that you're making, pal, on the tour, for PBA tour, you're going to need her services.
I wish.
Here's her shot.
Oh, hit it. Oh.
And gets that 7-pin, a kick late.
Oh, yeah. Now, you notice the ball hooking in the back end for her. Let's take a look here. This ball hooks into the back end, and this is what gives her a pin action. It's pretty direct and pretty straight, about 40 feet down the lane. And watch this ball go left, right there. And that's what drives the 5-pin into the 7. Look at that. Beautiful pin action. She likes it.
Thumbs up for Darcy. And the St. John's cheerleaders give her some high fives as well. And now here's Scott Light. He's in the 6th frame of traditional bowling. Started bowling at the age of 14. North Rock Lanes, Wichita, Kansas.
Oh!
Big strike.
Yeah, talk about some hook in the back end. Did you see that ball wheel back?
I sure did, and we're going to see it again, as a matter of fact.
Watch this thing wheel, and look at the tremendous pin action. This is why we throw a hook, ladies and gentlemen. 7-pin late to fall, but it still went down. And watch this reaction. He loves it. He's like, yeah. Ooh, a little chest butt.
And they are getting psyched. And I'll tell you what, at one time, St. John's trailed by 35. Now they trail by only 5 pins. We have got a horse race going on. And there's more to come on Rockin Bowl on TNN. So so don't stray too far. We'll be back. We are at the All-American Sport Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Rockin Bowl on TNN. And the score, Kansas Jayhawks lead by 3 in the Rockin Bowl frames. Their lead down now as St. John's has closed the gap, and St. John's has Ian Lang on the approach to see if possibly they can take the lead.
I think our only left-hander in the match today, Gary.
Oh, and he's not going to do it like that. Leaves the 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if he's stiff from waiting or if he's just real nervous, but not a real good shot for me. He's a good player.
Lang named to the second All-American team in 1997. Sports management major at St. John's. Looks to be an athletic director. Loves basketball, loves clubbing, not with the stick. Well, that's when you go out dressed up, that kind of thing. Oh. Here's his spare attempt.
There you go.
And really brought that back nicely.
Very good. Obviously, that's what he's looking for on his first shot. Basically, to make this fair for him, he's got to throw a strike ball.
And the University of Kansas looking to maintain their lead. They are working on a strike in the Baker System game. And there's a Kansas fan looking rather colorful.
Yeah.
In the stands, getting vocal as well as Tom Partridge will take his first shot.
Hang on.
In the 7th frame, and won't work for him, leaving the 3, 6, 9, and 10.
Yeah, you know, what makes this spare tough, ladies and gentlemen, is that back pin, that 9 pin. The ball's got to go over to the right of the 3 pin, but it's got to have enough back end, enough power to go through and pick that 9 pin off.
Well, you know, one of his special skills is high-fiving. So if he does, in fact, pick up this spare, we're going to see a very special high five.
Really?
Here we go. Well,
okay.
We're going to find out.
I want to see it.
Computer science major. We'll try to work out the math on this one. Here he goes.
Hang on. Oh. Chopped it, Gary. Took the 3 and the 9 straight back, left the 6-10. Didn't get the ball far enough right.
And so now let's take a look at this score. You know, St. John's has taken the lead. They lead in the Baker System game, but trail by 3 in the Rockin Bowl frame, so they are in the lead. The Red Storm of St. John's, here's Melissa Brodsky. And I'll tell you what, Randy, there's a lot of skill involved to this. And we'll take a look at the shot. And Melissa had all the skill that she needed.
She made it look easy. Let me tell you, this is not easy, folks. I mean, they can't see a target. They can't see the pins. They're just going up there and basically bowling on instinct. You know, it's kind of like shooting a rifle without having a scope or a sight.
That's got to be difficult. I know every time you're out there hunting, it's a tough thing, isn't it?
I don't hunt.
Here we go. The Jayhawks and the University of Kansas, Barry Forkos will try to match Melissa Brodsky in our Showtime frame.
Hang on, looks good. Wow! Look at this. I mean, like it's nothing. These guys are great.
Unbelievable. A couple of strikes, 10 points for each in our Showtime Rockin Bowl frame for the Jayhawks and the Red Storm. Unbelievable. And now we're heading back to traditional style bowling for the Red Storm. In the yellow, here is Michael Fagan. His nickname, Faganomics. Started bowling at 5. His worst pin is the 10 pin.
Now, folks at home, I want you to watch how deep he's playing on the lane, how far left he's playing on the lane. The reason why, with a big hook, you move more towards the center of the lane to find more oil. Oh.
And he leaves himself with an ugly, nasty-looking split. What went wrong there?
I don't think he got off his hand the right way, Gary. I don't think he had quite the revolutions that he normally has. I think it was just a bad release.
1, 2, 4, 6, and 10. How do you pick this up?
Well, there's 2 ways. You can throw a strike ball, or you can get the ball to the left of the head pin and drive the head pin into the 6-10. We'll see how he does it. Oh!
Ooh, and just leaves the 6.
Yeah, that was a great effort, and the right way to do it. The ball was just a little bit too far to the left of the head pin.
And St. John's needed that because they had a slim lead after being down early by 35, had come back to take the lead. Now they are working on an open frame. Here is Mike Keeler for the Jayhawks with a chance maybe to put one nail in the coffin. And there's a big strike. and his teammates come out on the approach to greet him after that 10-pin fall.
The beauty of this shot here is, number one, look how deep he's playing. He throws a hook ball. Remember I told you. But watch the second pin from the right, the 6-pin, go to the wall, cut the 10 out. That's beautiful.
And I know that you think it is. You are excited, my friend, as we are heading into the nitty-gritty of our match today between the Jayhawks of the University of Kansas and the Red Storm of St. John's University. Kansas takes the lead once again.